Starting a vlog is hard, and there are reasons for that. One of the reasons is sometimes it's tough to think about what your vlog is going to be about, right? So it's a little bit like it's exactly like trying to start a blog, but also making journal entries or anything like that. So what is it really about, and who is it really for? Is it for myself? Is it for posterity or whatever? The other thing that's hard about starting a vlog is just getting started. How do you do it? What do you say in the very beginning of your very first vlog post? And I guess what you just do, or what I just did, is you just start talking. Don't introduce yourself. Don't reset or reframe or anything like that. You just start talking. So that's what I'm doing. Just starting talking. And now I have a cop behind me, and I'm in a 20-mile-per-hour speed zone, so we're going to do that, whether he likes it or not. Quite honestly, I don't know what this blog is really about. I mean, I've got political things I could talk about. I am driving an Uber, Lyft, so Rideshare. I could be talking about that. You know, this is from the driver's seat, so that would make sense. And then the other thing is, you know what a lot of people are doing is they're making blogs about making blogs, and I don't necessarily want to do that because I'm not an expert. I'm just kind of getting started. Okay, I've just been kind of getting started for at least a year, maybe 2 years now, but not the point. The point is that I don't have all of the equipment and the know-how and etc. etc. I do have, I have put some money into it. Right now I'm doing the recording on a pair of Meta glasses, so Meta View glasses, which is why it's not a horizontal, it's a vertical, and we'll see how that goes. It works for just driving and talking. The microphone is great, picks up everything, and the road noise isn't too bad. I might actually start using it as my default microphone going forward. I have other equipment that I use that I can talk about, but this is not a gear channel either. It's just to talk about, document what's going on in my life, or in trying to find a niche that I can step into and create content for. Work on my editing skills, and I use Final Cut Pro on my Mac, so work on my editing skills and figure out how to use those better. I have another channel that my wife and I started with in my dog's name. It's a kind of a travel channel, and we have a few videos from our travels, and you can see them sort of improving as we go, I guess. Maybe, one step forward, 2 steps back, or at least 2 steps forward and 1 step back sometimes. I try to improve on one thing each time, so get a little bit better at it. Right now, I am trying to get rid of my ums and ahs. So going back to getting rid of my ums and ahs, back to my radio days when I would talk to a person, just a random person out in the world. You just think about talking to that one person like it's your friend, and try not to do any artificial inflection or anything like that. I don't know. I probably do that. I say a lot of crutch words. I use a lot of cliches. I try not to, but I do. Is one of them. I say a little bit too often when I'm trying to think about what I'm going to say. I can edit all of that out. I just almost saw an accident back there. That was close. I heard a little skid noise as somebody was stopping. And you know, this might turn into being just kind of like an Uber channel or a rideshare guy type channel, because I've noticed that a lot of the videos that are out there are getting kind of old, a little bit long in the tooth. You know, some of the scam videos about, you know, how folks are taking advantage of the rideshare and some of the systems that they would do. Like, for example, they were canceling their ride in the middle of the trip, and the videos that were posted were really about how the drivers handle that. You know, when somebody cancels a ride in the middle of the trip, what do you do? I mean, there's a lot of ways that they're handling it. But a lot is really kind of, I don't know. They handle it well, I guess. But I'm not sure. I wouldn't be tempted just to pull over right then and there and just kick them out. Not find someplace safe, just side of the road. I don't care. Country road, cancel your ride because you think I won't kick you out. You're out. I don't know how I would handle that. So far, I haven't run into anything like that. All been driving since August, and I, knock on wood, I have not had any really bad riders. I've had a few occasions where I was the bad one, making wrong turns or whatever, but for the most part, the riders have been great. Can't complain. Currently driving in the Seattle area, and right now I am out on what, you know, obviously looks like a country road, and it is. It's the Redmond Fall City Road, and so it goes from Redmond, Washington to Fall City, Washington. Now, Redmond is famous for having Microsoft and a few other companies there, including Meta. Meta has offices there as well. And Fall City's really not famous for much. If you go a little bit further up the road, there is Snoqualmie Falls, which is the setting for the TV show and the movie Twin Peaks. So if you were watching that in the, I guess it was the 90s, then you might recognize the falls. I'll post a picture or a short video of the falls so that you can see what I'm talking about. That's a decent tourist attraction in this area. It's only about 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes at the most, to get from here to downtown Seattle. And I'll post some video later of, you know, going into Seattle. And so that's the area that I'm driving in, between Redmond, Bellevue, Issaquah, Kirkland, and if the rider takes me down to Seattle, I go. If not, I avoid Seattle because I don't usually get very many customers down there. So usually, if I drop somebody off, I'm already heading back to Bellevue or Redmond. Usually Bellevue. It's where I'm heading now. I'm going to go through Redmond, and I'll end up in Bellevue, and then I will chat a little bit more when I get there. Okay, so here we are in Bellevue, as promised. So this is just the other side of Lake Washington, when Seattle sits kind of in between Lake Washington and the Puget Sound, and then east of Lake Washington is Bellevue. And it's used to be quite a bit smaller, maybe a few office parks, and it has grown quite a bit in the last 30 years.